Arcade Radio. You're on the air.
Who knows what evil lurks in the hearts of men?
Whoa. Wait a second. This is Arcade Radio, not Arcane Radio.
Who knows what games lurk in the hearts of men?
My calculations are correct. When this baby hits 88 miles per hour, you're gonna see some serious...
From KOYR Studios in Minneapolis, Minnesota, it's Arcade Radio.
Hello, Commander. Computer reporting.
Intruder alert, intruder alert.
Stimulating opponent.
Welcome to episode 4 of the Arcade Radio podcast. Hey guys. I'm sorry. Hey guys. That's what I meant to say.
I thought you said guys when you started.
So did I. That's what
Hello?
I'm pretty sure that's what I said.
Oh,
Yeah.
hi guys.
Hey. Hi.
Today is Thursday, December 8th, 2016. The time is now 8:17. We are live. Thanks for listening in on YouTube. You can subscribe to iTunes or Google Play or SoundCloud if you want to listen to it later. And thanks for joining us in the Arcadosphere. This is your host, Special K, and the legendary Dan Reed with special guest, TIMERUNNER, or as we like to call him around here, Mark Shields.
Hi, Mark.
Hello. Thanks for inviting me on. I hope I don't completely embarrass you.
I hope you don't either.
Wish me luck.
Good luck.
Yes. There's plenty more of those coming.
Mm-hmm. All right, so let's kick off our general conversation with what we're working on now. Dan, do you have anything new to tell us about?
Oh, my Dragon's Lair drama continues.
Drama.
Drama.
Yep. So if you haven't been following along thus far, the story is I bought one of those Merlins.
Merlin,
and
Dexter.
With the Merlin, I attached a Dexter, and they're all supposed to work swimmingly together, and they don't. So, yeah, I've been having all kinds of problems with it.
That's the bummer.
Yeah, it's a bummer. But I talked to Sean Wood about it, and we've been going back and forth, and it's potentially fixed. I just haven't had any time to sit down and do anything with it. But
so you're on the verge. You're on the verge of release.
Yeah. So everything worked 100%. I put all this stuff together, and then it's just turning on and making a tick, 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 tick.
Monsieur Mark, what are you working on, my friend?
Wow, you just cut Dan off. That's awesome.
Well, that's what I'm here for. Running the show.
Let's see. I have 2 tubins in my storage, and
I have 1 tubin. I just got you.
I've never had 2 tubins, but it's fun to say 2 tubins.
2 tubins.
2 tubins.
Well,
Yes.
okay. So let me ask you a quick question. Do you like the game?
You know what? I can't play it by myself. I have to have somebody that I'm competing against.
A second player, for sure.
Yes, for sure. Although, when you've got 2 tubins, you can have 4 players.
Yeah.
Start at the same time.
What? You can have 4?
Well, I mean, they don't know about each other, but you can play them both. They're side by side. I just have never seen 2 tubins.
Why do you have 2?
2 tubin.
Well, there was a warehouse. I sort of met up with an operator, and I picked off like his really cool stuff before I helped him clear out his warehouse. So I got the 2 Tubins.
Tubins.com.
He also gave me a Die Hard that was converted into a Lethal Enforcers and some unknown game. Another Lethal Enforcers. It just seems like Lethal Enforcers are just falling out of the sky over there. So,
okay, so Lethal Enforcers is actually a fun game. I like it.
I have a buddy that's looking for a Lethal Enforcers.
There's a pink gun and a blue gun.
If he has a Die Hard board, I'll trade him.
He doesn't have any games.
So
he's one of those guys that's like, hey, you collect arcade games? I need a Lethal Enforcers. Find me one.
I do have to say, I've watched your Super Pac-Man video like 8 times.
That's a fun video. All shot on an iPhone. Basically, me bringing the Super Pac-Man back from some podunk barbecue place, which, by the way, was terrible, and then cleaning it.
Not good barbecue.
No, it's awful. It tastes like ketchup.
Ugh. We get that in Minnesota.
Yeah, I was surprised. I mean, I was in, the sticks, or the boonies, as they call it out here in Tejas.
In Texas.
Yes.
In the Tex, where barbecue is supposed to be good.
Yeah, that's what. Well, apparently not every place that sells barbecue is good. So good to know. So back to that tubing. I'm changing the buttons on the control panel, which were really the sun damaged, and I'm putting in Paradise Arcade illuminated LED HAP. I think maybe they're HAP, but push buttons. I don't know. They're the transparent ones. It's pretty cool.
Forgive me for not listening, but this is on your Super Pack?
No, this is the 2 Tubins.
This is on the 2 Tubins. Both 2 Tubins?
On one of the 2.
Can you listen to the guest, Adam?
Sorry.
Please? Thanks.
Sometimes I forget to listen.
Super Pack has 4 buttons, but I don't think I want to. I'm keeping that original. I've got to keep my 8th grade memories going as long as I can.
The Super Pack, man. I haven't seen your 2 Tubins.
You have to follow my Twitter. 90-minute tape.
I'm on your... I'm not following your Twitter. I haven't posted your Twitter for like the last 2 weeks. So sorry about that. I didn't
stuff.
I'm not trying to interrupt you. Just keep going.
Go for it. I'm done.
What? That's it? You just got the 2 Tubins and that's it?
Well, I mean, I got to everything else is just little stuff. Like I got to put this high score save kit board back into my Donkey Kong, which I'm trying to sell so that I can pay my property taxes. I mean, it's the quality. You're
going to sell your Donkey Kong?
Slowly degrades as I tell you about what other things I'm doing, and like the 3 Donkey Kongs I'm trying to restore.
3 Donkey Kong. Now I'm starting to just get irritated. Yeah. So back to Dan.
Oh no! Don't come back to me. You just keep cutting me off, so it's fine. I'm just going to sit over here and listen.
Are you hurt?
Go on.
Are you hurt?
A little butt hurt.
Butt hurt.
Sorry, I just got snorted. Okay,
what do you want? What?
There was one?
You said back to me.
I don't even know what you're saying.
No.
So, back from the 2 Tubins. I was told I cut you off. So,
if you put 2
beyond your Dragon's Lair drama, is there something else you want to talk about?
No.
Are you sure?
No.
Okay.
Okay. No.
It's my turn. Should I go?
No.
Yeah, Adam. What have you been up to?
Well, if you've been in I don't know, a straitjacket locked into a padded room or something, you might not know. But if you've been anywhere on the Facebooks, you probably know that I pretty much finished my tapper with the help of our last guest, which is a good tie-in to what you were talking about. Paradise Arcade's Brian McLeod Armitage provided me with some really awesome brass corner clips for my glass on my Tapper Cocktail Arcade. And they look really cool. So,
is there any other brass components on that? Are there little cup holders like in the stand-up on that, or no?
No cup holders. It's just a cocktail. You can put your beer right on top of the machine.
Okay.
As God intended. You know.
Yep.
So that's really cool. It's coming along. I've got a couple more tweaks, but it's running. It runs great. One of the things I really need to work on next is my Donkey Kong. I want to put a Donkey Kong remix into it, and I got a board set that's not working right. So I got a bunch of parts in the mail, a replacement 7400 LS, and some of the legs broke off my board. So I bought like a test board that I can stick into my Donkey Kong and just clamp that thing in there and just make it work.
You mean legs broke off your Donkey Kong board?
The Donkey Kong remix board.
Oh, that sucks.
Yeah. And I tried emailing the guy, but I didn't hear anything back. So, yeah. But no big deal. I'll fix it. I'll make it work. It's sitting right in front of me. I've just got 2 legs to replace. And then I have one of those ZIF sockets. I'm going to put it in there. Then I'm going to stick that right into my... It's a ZIF socket test board. So it'll go right into my... Go ahead.
Did when you were working on your tapper, did you put in the switching power supply?
I did
from
not.
Arcade Shop, or are you using the original suitcase?
I have that power supply and it works really great, but I am using my suitcase. It wasn't working when I got it, and I recapped it.
Really? Where'd you get the big giant caps? Those 25,000?
Got them from Mr. Bob Roberts.
Oh, yeah.
Bob Roberts, and then I also sourced a place that does the oblong capacitor that is a weird size.
That oil cap one?
Yeah, the oil cap.
What the hell
one.
is that for? What is that for?
I don't know. It's like a filter cap or something. But I have a source. I'll send you the link.
Yeah, do it.
And for those of you listening, I'll send you a link too if you really want it.
You're so nice.
Yes, I actually got a request that we put more links up on the show. So I think I'll do that next.
From our one listener.
Yeah, for Ryan.
Nice. For Ryan.
It's Ryan and Randall, the 2 R's. Wait a minute. Arcade Radio is 2 R's. And there's Randall and Ryan. Yeah, no. But I'll post a bunch of links on the next, after we're done with the show. So you can go find stuff.
Don't you have a jukebox?
I do have a jukebox, and it's totally hosed right now. Thanks for reminding me, jerk.
Did you hose it yourself?
No, so we fired up the jukebox last week. Maybe a week and a half ago. And all of a sudden, it started playing wonky, and then I opened it up, and there's like 7 records on the platter in a disarray. I was mortified. And
That's normal.
It's a Rocco La 460, and I love Rocco. They sound great. And there's a guy, Mr. Eric Bose, no relation to Bose, who's got a really awesome jukebox for sale right now, and it's a great.
Any relation
price.
to Bose? No. Okay.
No, unfortunately, no. He says he's like the only relation is the name, and he has no connection to the money. So it's a bummer. But he's a good regular guy. He's a Minnesota collector. He's kind of newer to the hobby, newer than many other of us that have been doing it for a while. But anyway, he's pretty good. He's got a couple of really awesome items for sale, including Donkey Kong Jr. if you're looking for it. But anyway, he's got this really great jukebox. Jukebox. And so anyway, I went and looked at it, and I was like, no, I don't need the jukebox. Mine works great. It sounds way better. So then mine broke like 2 days later. Yeah. So now my buddy Joe Lease is supposed to be coming to take a look at it. I haven't been able to get a hold of him lately, though, so I'm a little worried.
Call Chris Rhodes. He just picked up some jukebox and had it.
Well, I have a couple of sources, but
guy.
Joe's a great guy, and I want to have him on the show actually the next episode. So I hope he's listening. He's probably not, Anyway, it seized up and started stacking records. So I think there's something really seriously wrong with the motor, and I may have to replace a good portion of my jukebox. But yeah, so that's a bummer.
Take it apart.
I've worked on that thing numerous times, but right now I can't get it to unlock a record. It's literally like I try to force the arm and it's frozen. So,
jiggle the cable.
Mark,
jiggle the cable. Put a new fuse in. Yeah.
No, I just use the jukebox mode on my iTunes AirPlay.
That's probably a better policy.
Yes. But I honor all of those who keep the jukebox tradition alive. And a pat on the back and a hearty hi-ho to you, Adam.
I love having 45s. I just do. I have like a couple thousand 45s.
What do you buy them on eBay or what?
No, locally.
I suppose vinyl's coming back, isn't it? I keep forgetting about it.
Yeah, but
it's coming back.
Here's the thing. So Cheapo Records in Uptown used to have like a huge singles market, and they don't have it anymore. They moved to a new location. They got rid of their singles. The only place to get singles now are like Golden Valley's Down in the Valley, and a couple other like half-price books.
It's right by your house. No, there's an Applause Records in St. Paul.
Do they carry singles?
Sure.
Because I would get some singles from there.
I can always tell because neckbeards and dudes with douche knots on their heads are always going in, so they must be selling records.
Douche knots?
What's a douche knot? That sounds like...
Bun?
No, I don't. Oh,
a man bun.
The
Dudes
great...
with long
oh.
put their bun on their head.
Oh,
douche knot.
on the head.
A douche knot is a man bun?
Yeah, it's a man bun. Douche knot.
I don't think I need to bleep that.
No.
I'm going to leave that wide open for,
It's not like I said or anything.
God damn it.
God, we're doing so good.
I just said douche.
This show was going really good until Dan got on it.
It's about the truth.
All right, cut that out because I'm going to have to go beep it out now before it goes on iTunes.
Okay. My bad.
15-minute one.
I hope my mom's not listening
Sorry, Mom.
again.
Oh, my bad.
Dang.
I meant to say Doug.
Autocorrect.
Dang.
So,
Yes.
Dang.
all right.
Dang.
Well, so does anybody else have anything else to talk about that they're working on right now?
Marky Mark's always working on something. You've got to have something else other than those. Hey, if you put those two tappers together, does it equal like one normal arcade game width-wise?
But I only have a tapper.
No. Oh, not tapper. Tubin. Tubins. Because there's
Two tubins.
Well, the bases are huge, so what you gain in a narrow body of the machine, you lose because the base is the size of a regular machine, like 25 inches across or something.
It is. It's exactly
really?
the same.
Oh, it's
I
like
have
a
a
Return of the
tubin.
Jedi or a 720.
I got my tubin
base on the
from.
bottom.
Yep.
Oh, really? I didn't know that.
I got my tubin from Small Town Guy.
You have a Tubin too?
I do.
I'm the only one that has
Also,
Tubin.
Tubin's a really. Actually, I think it's a fun game. It's got a medium res monitor, which is worth more than the game itself, probably.
I would probably own a Tubin just for the marquee waterfall and just let it run in the background.
It is kind of cool. Do both your marquees work, Mark?
No. One lights and one kind of scrolls, but the light's burnt out. So I do have work ahead of me.
Just so you know, on Clav, there's a reproduction of the little dealy bob that moves the water.
Nice. I was just going to put an LED back there with a picture of the thing that scrolls.
No, get the real deal because it's really
that's a cool idea. That's a really cool idea, actually.
the
It's
LED.
behind the thing, right? Who cares?
It's lame.
Find some iPad 1 and just let it run a movie.
Right. I mean, that seems like a good way to punish an LED for being an LED.
I agree.
Whatever.
By the way, what's going on with Clav lately? There's about 400 people reproducing old parts. I'm starting to get a little optimistic about the future of the
I might have to
hobby.
get back on Clav in a regular fashion. I haven't been a regular member.
I did buy 2 of the Quantum PCBs, so those arrived just a couple days ago.
Oh, cool.
No shit. Really?
Are they fully populated?
They are fully unpopulated, so
Good luck with that. There's an $800 project for you.
Not 800, but it's like you put $300 into a board and you got to do all the work. That's a lot of work.
right. I heard that there's people that will, like, there's somebody, you give them $50 and then all the parts and they'll do it.
Really?
Yeah, I don't know if they're in China or anything like that. Nothing wrong.
So did that thing come with a map?
You
of
like
what goes where?
Mexico?
It did not, but they have a Mouser cart, I think, where it automatically loads everything you need to get to put it on the board, and then you just pay for the cart, and boom.
Okay.
So we'll see how that goes.
Sounds
Interesting.
So yeah, that'll be fun. Or something.
Do you like Quantum?
I do, actually. I played
Quantum's
it a
a-
lot when I was at CAX.
That's a
They had
great
2
game.
of them, and I kind of got addicted to it.
Circle, 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 circle.
Well, I mean, at first it's like that. But then it gets complicated with the circles. You have to circle and then not go across that line. You know what? Describing it over the radio like this, not so good. But yeah. And there's more projects. I know I have like a mousetrap I got to get running. And oh my gosh, my turkey shoot.
Yeah, what's going on with your turkey shoot? That's been like a year-long drama. I saw you had a picture of it on Twitter, and it was up. I was like, damn, good for you.
Everything works except for I think I've got to replace the bridge rectifier on the widget board. And then I think maybe an IC is stuck high on my gun. But other than that, it works great. I did need to get the artwork for the feather box reprinted, and I need new feathers. The feathers that were in there were disgusting.
Yeah, 30 years.
Yes.
It's a long time.
People were like, it's not original. You should clean those feathers or have them dry cleaned. And I'm like,
What?
no.
Are you serious?
I've been called a history destroyer for doing things that I thought were okay. So you have to watch out. They're in a Ziploc bag. If anybody's listening.
In the dome?
We have like 2 listeners. So
Well, in the future, this could be, somebody in the future is listening
in the future,
when you're really big.
yeah. I'm already really big. I need to work
I'm
on
big
that.
right now.
Well, you know what, Dan? I think this marks the time when we say
It's the Arcade News with Don Reed.
that's your cue.
That never gets old.
I love that.
Never. So news.
Wait.
around
Do you want me to
what?
play some ambient music while you do like the news?
Yeah. Oh yeah, but make it sexy.
Okay.
Kind of low. Some of the heavy
Like this? Yeah.
That's really, can't
do
hear
it.
that. No. This is where I would throw in a Baba Booey while I'm waiting for you to. My wife told me I had to say that.
Baba Booey. Well, it's on the air now.
Good. Success.
All right. So do we need to re-cue you or you're ready to go?
No, I was waiting for my sexy music.
It's the Arcade News with
my
Don
God.
Reed.
Oh yeah.
Do it, man.
So, Facebook. Apparently, some recent article is claiming that they are going to be bringing classic arcade gaming to Facebook Messenger. You
That's
heard about
cool.
this?
I have heard about it. They're gonna
And? Thoughts?
they're gonna allow you to play the game within Messenger. So
The emulation.
well,
Bad emulation.
Who cares, right?
Right.
And then you're gonna be able to compete. Like so, you'll be like Pac-Man, Galaga, whatever, and you'll be able to like post it, and then have like your friends who are friends of you. You'd be like, dudes, I got like 100 points on Pac-Man. Try to beat me. That'll be fun, right?
Yeah, it's cool.
Oh, yeah, we'll beat you.
What? 100's pretty good. Like okay, let's be honest. Like, I would probably get more like 150.
That's 10 dots, or that's 15 dots. I don't think.
15. That's 15 dots. And then you're dead. Jerkwad.
So I don't know. I don't know how I feel about that.
That's because you're not on Facebook. I don't even know how you got that piece of news.
Here's the thing.
Who gave you that piece of news anyway?
I'm getting bitter with these classic NESs.
You're getting better with the internets.
Yeah, I'm getting bitters. I'm bitters and upsets. So good for Facebook. Good for all you Facebookers out there that like to hours on that.
What else do you know?
Oh, so Twin Cade in Griffith, Indiana is going to have a TV reality show.
What?
Yeah, Yes, and it's saying that downtown Griffith recently debuted Twincadia, an arcade bar reality show on YouTube. So you can go there and check out their first episode on YouTube.
Links will be posted after the show for people that really want to know what's going on.
Yep. So it looks like it's going to be some sort of reality show with classic arcade games, trivia about video games while they drink craft beer.
So that sounds fun to me.
I don't know. Yeah. So it says here for example, questions like what Mortal Kombat character is known for saying, "Get over here. Get over here." And what developer made Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles 2, the arcade game? So might be interesting. Something to watch. And
that's where now? Griffith, Indiana?
Griffith, Indiana, but it's going to be a TV show. So
interesting.
Maybe TV show.
Yeah, they should do one of those in Minneapolis. Like for Rusty Quarters.
Be a short season.
What else you got, Dan? What else you got?
Huh? What'd you say?
Inform us.
What else? Well, I was going to ask Mark's take on that. Any interest in watching a YouTube channel or a TV show about Griffith, Indiana arcade bar?
All I can think of is that the roads in Indiana are terrible. Yeah. So I hope that people just fly in directly to the Griffith Airport to get there.
Is there a Griffith Airport? I didn't even know that.
I don't know. I don't even know where that is.
That's good. Might be
Does
like
they have their own observatory in Griffith? I don't know. I don't know anything.
No, the Griffith Observatory is in California.
Oh, that's a shame.
Which is awesome. You should go there.
So other less interesting news. Again, I'm just going to bring this up because every time we have an episode, it seems to have a new one of these popping up. There is yet another restaurant that will highlight meat, bourbon, and arcade games in Minnesota.
But it's in Minnesota, so we're glad about that, right?
It could be. I mean, it's cool. It's cool. I'm not sure. It sort of looks to me like the name of the restaurant is the Bourbon Butcher Kitchen Plus Bar. It looks a little trendy.
The only restaurant that I know about in Farmington, Minnesota is the Farmington Steakhouse. Mm-hmm. Do you know? Have you been there?
Nope.
It's fantastic. You go there.
They have a college community there, so that might be interesting. But
there's a college community in Farmington.
The menu will be heavy on meat, smoked brisket, porterhouse steak, burgers, house-made sausage, baby back ribs, full bar, huge whiskey selection. This just doesn't sound like the right mix for our classic arcade games. But what do I know? I'm not a businessman.
What do you care? It's in Farmington.
Well, it's not that far away from
you. You do live. No, that's a good half hour away from me, for sure.
No, that's no big deal. I drive an hour and a half to work every day, so.
Gosh,
sucks. Work from home. Work from home. Like my
Lucky.
Lucky. I know. I know. I was living downtown and working from home, and I'm like,
yeah, pretty much. Not a real big fan of my commute, but it is what it is.
We'll see what we can do about that.
All right, other news, interesting news, I guess, per se, and I'm interested in your guys' opinions on this. There is a custom What If They Made It 1986 Legend of Zelda arcade game in a retrofitted Donkey Kong-ish style cabinet, or maybe from the looks of it, maybe they made it themselves.
But it's pretty accurate to a Nintendo cab, right?
It looks like it might even be a Nintendo cab. I'm not sure, but
no, because if you look at the front, it's got like a Triforce
speaker
for the speaker.
Oh, it's in a Univision. It's in a Unisystem cabinet, isn't it?
What's a Unisystem cabinet?
Unisystem cabinets don't have the speaker on the bottom up near the control panel. It's up at the top between the marquee and where the bezel is on the monitor. It's kind of like a weird little sandwiched area. You can Google it. Unisystem, it's a thing.
I don't know.
So it's pretty okay looking. I'm just not sure it was worth the $7,500 that looks like.
What?
Did they get it? Did they sell it? I can't tell.
Did they?
Does it say closed?
God bless them if they sold it.
Is it a closed listing?
No, maybe not. It says new, ended December 4th. 75.
Whatever.
Maybe it didn't sell.
They're not going to sell it.
So people aren't totally nuts. That's a good thing. That's a little,
That's too much money.
too much money. It's cool.
A lot of money.
Yeah. So thoughts on that, gents?
I wouldn't buy it.
I appreciate them, but I think he should have put it in. Well, no, you know what? I think Unisystem was a good candidate for that because that's always been a dedicated versus type cabinet in the first place.
It's too glossy for my tastes.
I like the white that it's, there's not a lot of white arcade cabinets.
What do you
There's
mean?
some.
Sounds
This is
racist.
shiny. I think this is shiny gold. The one
Is
I'm
it?
looking at is shiny gold.
I'm not looking at.
When I say shiny, I mean, whoa, man. Shiny.
Oh, you have a link in the show notes. I should check that out. Maybe I'm just talking about some completely different thing.
We can post all of the show notes at the end of the show.
Sure.
Behind the scenes.
Yeah.
So, yeah, that's it for arcade news this week.
I suppose we should maybe get into the interview.
Yeah. We have this guy here.
That's a Crystal Castles
I love that game. I have that game. I love it. It's one of my favorites.
Mark, Time Runner, welcome to
Hello.
the show.
Hi, how are you?
Good.
Hi.
Hi.
What do you want to ask me?
What do I want to ask you?
Wait a minute. I'm supposed to be interviewing you, right?
Right. Although I do have some questions, but offline.
He does? We better start anyway. Okay, so Mark, or Time, how should I address you?
Mark is fine.
Mark.
Time Master? Time Run?
Mark is fine. Time Master. So why don't you tell us a little bit about how you got maybe into the hobby?
Okay, so it's a good story. It involves eBay, and it was like the year 2002-ish, and I wanted a pinball machine. I was living in Philadelphia, and I found one that was pretty low. It was like $250, and I tried to bid on it, and I got a JavaScript error, and it wouldn't let me bid. And so I saved the page.
Wait. JavaScript error.
Correct, because web pages, they use HTML and JavaScript pretty much. So whoever had put this thing up had inadvertently caused it to where nobody could bid on it. So I saved the page onto my desktop, fixed the error, bid on it. Nobody else could bid because I guess nobody thought to fix it. And I bought. So that the guy that eventually brought the machine to my house, he's like, "Man, I thought this would go for a lot more. I don't know what the deal is, And I'm like, "I don't know, but I really like your style. Whatever you do when you post these, just keep doing that."
That is actually a great story.
So I bought 2 more machines from him. Not exactly.
Are you kidding?
What'd you get it for?
$250.
Yeah. What else did you get?
Let's see. I know I got. They were all Gottlieb system 2, system 10. I can't remember the number. It was like 1979, 1980 type pins. And I can only remember that I got the Charlie's Angels, and I had 2 other ones, and 2 of them were still using sort of the old bells inside, and then I think one had the
pretty cool.
Gorgar. I don't remember, but anyway, I had 3 pins, and that was my arcade.
How's this guy winning all my pinball?
No kidding.
Well, and then one day I was a contractor out there in Philadelphia, and my boss said, "Hey, I have good news. You get to go back to Texas." And I was like, "That is not good news because I have all this stuff here." So I sold the 3 pins, immediately regretted it. And then like 2 weeks later, he goes, "Hey, I have good news. You don't have to go back to Texas." And I'm like, "Oh,
no."
Yeah. So I bought an alien poker pin in Jersey, and I held on to that for dear life. I kept it simple so that I could move around with it.
Mm-hmm.
Alien poker?
Yeah, it yells at you, and you can play. You can kind of play poker, kind of. Have you ever played it?
No.
It's good. Yeah, it's all right. I mean, it's simple. There's not a lot of stuff going on in the playfield. So from there, I moved to Minnesota because my boss said I kind of had to move there if I wanted this other job.
Who's your
Different
boss?
by the way. And when I was in Minnesota, I picked up a Back to the Future pen and a clean sweep while I was in Uptown. And then when I moved downtown, I had a gigantic space, and I was like, this wall has to have arcade games. And then I, Craigslisted it and found Clove, and that's where I am.
Yeah. Clove is dangerous.
And now I have 52 games or something. So
52?
something like that.
Holy crap. Give us a rundown of the game of I don't know, top 20 games.
Top 20. Let's see. The games that are here in Houston, I have a pole position cockpit, which originally was at an amusement park, a Six Flags park here in Houston called Astroworld. And when I was a little kid,
Astroworld.
Have you heard of Astroworld?
I have.
Huh, it's gone.
Yeah.
But when I was a little kid, I actually was in this same exact cabinet, like when I was like 9.
Dude, that's a cool story.
Wow.
It's crazy.
I love stories
that.
like yeah, that's awesome.
And let's see. So and next to that's a pole position 2 that I got in Minnesota. Next to that's a Tron. This awesome guy restored. It's beautiful.
Oh, come on now.
It's your Tron, which is gorgeous still. Perfect. I might need to fix some convergence, but I'm like, it's still good enough. I'm not going to touch the yoke. It's good.
I still have a bezel for you.
Oh, you do? Oh.
Yeah.
Okay, good. I like
Just
that.
a tiny little crack that was there before I got it.
Uh-huh.
And then I was able to pick up the bezel, and I thought, I'm going to get that for Mark.
Nice.
Yeah. Nice.
Next to that is my Star Wars with a 6100 on an Amplifone.
Sweet.
And the story behind that is I went to somebody's house and he was supposedly helping me. I'm making the air quotes now on the radio.
Yeah, I can totally see that.
And he was at the bottom. I was at the top. I was pushing it down a staircase. I lost hold of it and I rode it all the way down.
Oh no.
Yeah, but it was fine. Next to that's my turkey shoot that I talked about earlier. I picked that up in Princeton.
Turkey shoot. We should have had you on for Thanksgiving.
Yeah.
Yeah, turkey
I
shoot.
should just take that out with me when we go out to Thanksgiving dinner so that we have the turkey too, no matter where we go. I got that for $100, by the way.
Awesome.
I remember that on Craigslist.
So good.
I think it was in St. Cloud, wasn't it?
Nope, Princeton.
Princeton, yeah.
Yeah, in an old gas station. The guy bought it at auction. Nobody else had bid. He opened up the place, and there was a bunch of garbage, and then under all of the garbage leaning against the wall was the turkey shoot.
Okay, so obviously you have a wonderful collection. What's
nice
drove you to sort of get into it?
Fixing the pole position, because then I sort of overcame all of the fears, because that was like the second or third video game that I got. And, that involved fixing something that was wrong with the monitor, which is probably just a header issue. And then, of course, bulletproofing the board. And then once I was comfortable with those kind of things, I was like, and plus there was at the time sort of a dearth of, that's a thing, right? That means not a lot.
Totally a thing.
Of people who were telling you about how to fix games. Now, like 2 years later, there's a ton, but enough to where I got comfortable. And then I'm like, okay, I'm going to go crazy, and we're just going to get as many games as we can, because I have the space, I have storage. They seem to be appreciating somewhat.
Okay, so you're obviously into these old arcade games, right?
Yes.
So I need to segue somehow into your
other things in the
cars.
80s.
Right. So you're kind of a Renaissance man, and you have an 80s collection of our arcade games, but you also have a car collection. Tell us about that.
Okay, I will tell you.
Wait.
I drove Japanese economy cars from high school until I was 30-ish.
Okay.
I got tired of that, and so I decided I'm going to start collecting movie cars.
And what drives you to buy a movie car?
A movie car. Well, it usually falls in your lap, and then you decide if you're going to do it or you're not going to do it. So the first one was a DeLorean time machine. It was a guy in Florida. He was holding a raffle, and he was doing it awfully. And if he's listening, I'm sorry, but it was a terrible raffle. And I just kept lowballing him offers, and then he eventually said yes.
His JavaScript broke, and you bought it cheap?
No, but I don't even know how he was doing the raffle. It was just terrible. The next car after this also involved using a subpar website. Like, I'm not going to use eBay. I'm going to use... I wrote this carsellingprogram.com.
Weird.
And I don't know how to write programs or something.
Now, to be fair, you're a programmer.
I am. So I might be a little bit snobby about bad programming, but I just try to be nice.
Hey, Napoleon, what'd you do all last summer again?
I told you, I spent it with my uncle in Alaska hunting wolverines.
Tell us about the cars that you do have today.
Okay. DeLorean time machine.
Nice.
I had that's of course a 1981 model DMC-12.
Sweet.
I had a 1978 Corvette that was heavily modified to look like the Michael Keaton Batmobile.
Cool.
I traded that to a guy in West Virginia who felt like he was Batman and needed it. And in exchange, he gave me a sweet 1983 Pontiac Trans Am Knight Rider kit replica.
You made out better on that deal.
I did. My wife still can't believe it. She's like, I hated that Batmobile. That's not actually her voice. I'm just... I hate that Batmobile. Her voice is really high and squeaky, and I can't do it. So you just go with me here.
Hi, Sam.
She's awesome.
Okay, so that's two. I have a Transformers 2010 Camaro 2SS Bumblebee. Basically, I just went to the Chevrolet dealership, gave him...
I hear he's going to get his butt kicked in the next movie.
Bumblebee? Nah, he'll be fine.
Okay.
I'll ask Wahlberg. I really... That's funny, huh? I don't think they'll tell me anything.
Do you want to expand on that? Maybe a little?
I have a Renaissance man, many interests. The show's
Mark
only an hour
Wahlberg
long, so you can't,
included.
Maybe back. Yeah. I own the screen-used van, the orange van from the film Napoleon Dynamite. That's actually the only screen-used
throw pigskin.
Sorry, wait. I got a clip.
Back in '82, I used to be able to throw a pigskin quarter mile.
Are you serious?
I'm dead serious.
Are you serious?
You own Uncle Rico's van.
Correct.
That's awesome.
So that's a 75 Dodge Tradesman, customized by Santana in California, whoever they are. They're no longer around, but their address is stomped into the van rather.
Okay, so I have a quick question for you.
Yes.
I saw a Facebook page with another guy that has a Napoleon van on it. That's not the same one you have, right?
That's my page.
Oh, it is?
Yeah.
Okay.
There's a picture.
So I thought it was somebody else's page.
No, it's probably mine.
Okay.
Okay.
This could be only one.
I'm sorry. I was just trying to figure it out because so is the van missing parts on it and stuff?
No, they tinted the windows black at some point.
But the striping on the side, it's not
that's
complete.
All there.
No, this is not your page. This is somebody else's
you have
page.
to send me this then.
Yeah.
We're going to do an DMC takedown. Come on.
No, seriously, I think you even like the page. It's somebody else that has a van that's similar, but it's not the van.
Oh, well, on my Twitter, I actually will watch for people who mention the van and stuff like that. Like sometimes they'll see a van and go, oh, look, it's Uncle Rico's van. And then my Twitter will like that tweet, just because, I like them to know that, yes, even though you think that's the van, it's not really the van. Here's the van, blah, blah, blah. I supposedly rent the van out, or rent the DeLorean out, but I've only rented it out twice. Both times it was to a woman turning 40 who was having a big-ass party.
Interesting.
And it ended up driving a bunch of drunk people around it.
Oh.
There's only 2 seats in it, and so usually you just put in some chairs and hope nobody falls over.
Oh.
It is a great arcade hauler, though.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, me and Dan used to. That was our going out on a trek van.
I think didn't we haul my Qbert back in that thing?
Yep, we took.
Wait a minute,
took
Dan.
Bubbles.
You've actually been in the van?
Well, allegedly.
I'm jealous.
That's not what Napoleon said.
You got like 3 feet of air that time.
Okay. And
You ever jumped the van?
Have I what?
Have you ever jumped it?
I had no. I haven't.
Why would I jump it?
I know, right?
It seems really stupid.
The van is here with me in Houston in my secret storage in Conroe, Texas.
So, how many cars do you have in your secret storage?
Just the van right now. The Transformers Bumblebee, and then the last car that I haven't talked about is also just right outside of my little crappy carport.
Yeah, but that's okay. Yeah, talk about your last car.
Okay, I call this. It's sort of interpretive, a little abstract. It's my Family Guy Toyota Prius.
I've seen this car.
So it's, I have a Stewie and a Brian doll that I sometimes strap into the seatbelts in the back seat. The license plate says Bry Dog. Occasionally they show that on the show, but a lot of the times they don't even bother. But so that's that in that way, I feel like every car I have is a movie related car. I do have another van, but it's not movie related at all. It's this cool black van that has like all these weird things, like you can't open the doors. There's no doorknobs. They were removed.
It's like A-Team
and you have
type.
No, I thought it was the A-Team van.
It is shaped like the A-Team van, but it's totally black. It has like a gull wing door on it.
Is it a GMC?
It's another Dodge Tradesman. It's a 79.
Oh, okay.
I like it, but it gets like the worst gas mileage, like 6 miles to the gallon or something. It's
Oh my God.
3-speed,
It's pretty cool, I guess.
Man, I wish I could go back in time. I'd take state.
This is pretty much the worst video ever made.
How could everybody even know that?
Well, that's really cool. So you basically have a small collection of cars, so like 3 or 4 so far?
I would say it's 6 cars.
So
total.
You have
DeLorean,
Napoleon Dynamite's Uncle Rico van.
Uncle Rico van.
You have Back to the Future Time Machine.
Right.
And that is rentable?
Yep,
Both are.
TimeMachineRental.com.
Okay. Then you have your Bumblebee.
Yep.
And you don't rent that.
No, that's sort of like, that's my car that I drive for pleasure.
That's fun. And then you have your Prius when you want to be responsible to the universe.
Correct.
And then what else do you have? You have 5 and 6. What do you?
Knight Rider replica kit.
Oh, you do have that still.
I do.
Do you rent him out?
Yeah. No, I don't. That car is beautiful. One time I drove somebody to a Twins game. Like I was randomly driving and he was like, I'll give you $20. It wasn't my wife. This is another voice. I'll give you $20 if you drive in the Twins game, me and my buddy. And I'm like, okay. And that was the one job it ever had.
$20.
It's pretty good.
Yeah, I was like 4 blocks away. It was great.
That doesn't. 4 blocks is good. That's like, yeah, that's $5 a block. Right?
And then that one black van that looks like the A-Team van, but
That's awesome.
yes.
Well, do you have any plans to buy any other ones?
No, that's too many cars right there. I don't need another car. I have a trailer that I hook up to the Prius to pick up arcade games while I'm out here in Texas.
So are they all classic licensed? Do you get away with like classic car licensing?
Nope, they're all regular old licenses. The Knight Rider and the DeLorean are insured by kind of a classic car place, and then the rest of them are all on my Progressive insurance.
Progressive. Do you have little electronic devices in to make sure you're driving well and all that stuff?
Only the Prius. And then they actually don't make you keep that in there. They just sort of evaluate how much of an idiot you are for about 2 months, and then they want it back, and then that's
Nice.
it. Yeah, I like it.
What was that?
What?
Dude,
I rubbed my hands
all the
together.
Freaking chips,
I was like,
Chip.
First time on Arcade Radio, someone's rubbed their hands together.
Or yawned.
Tina, you fat lard, come get some dinner.
You know,
So,
Tina-
Is that Dan?
What are you thinking about the gaming scene down in Texas? Is it comparable to Minnesota? Better, worse? What are your thoughts? You do a lot of traveling, so
I do.
What are you thinking about everywhere you're going? Do you think it's a better situation down there? Or
No. I mean, there are a lot of collectors here, but I feel like I had more variety when I was living in Minnesota as far
Really?
as interesting games that you could go and get. I don't know what it is. Maybe it's because 4-5 months out of the year, everybody's stuck inside and there needs to be more machines to entertain people.
I feel like the quality of machines are definitely better down in Texas, though, from the pictures I've been seeing as you're snatching up those deals down there.
I feel that about Texas and California.
Right. They're all really clean, nice, not beat up. They seem to be in worse shape up here.
Well, I did get my first machine that had to be sacrificed to the arcade gods because it was a particle board Donkey Kong that had been converted, but it was all falling apart.
Oh, bummer.
Donkey Kong Jr. rather.
Okay.
Okay.
Orange. But it's funny that, those parts actually came to be used in a machine that I got that had none of its parts on it. They were all stripped, but it was plywood. So
Perfect.
karma.
What was the deal? Now that you mentioned that, now I remember seeing something else about a totally destroyed Ms. Pac Galaga 20th anniversary.
Oh, that's
What
cool.
was what was the story with that thing? That looked like it was terrible.
It is, but it works. It's in perfect mechanical and electrical condition.
Yeah.
I got it for $130.
That's a deal.
What's funny is the guy's like, is 130 a good deal? And I'm like, I was wondering, like, is he asking me if I should give him more money or less money? So of course I immediately agreed with him. I'm like, this is the best price that anybody has ever made ever. And so I put it on my thing and on my trailer and drove away.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's here. That needs a base for sure. I don't want to part that sucker out. That machine is beautiful. But it does look like it was sitting in a flood for 2 weeks or something.
Yeah. What are you going to do? Cut the bottom off and add new wood? Or are you just going to try to find a donor cab or what?
Donor cab would be the preference. I do have a buddy. His name is Arcade Classics. And he and his dad have the storage unit right next to mine, and they do so much woodworking. I just got to find that right, what's that perfect trade where I make them do woodworking and then, I give them something, or it could be money.
That's cool. That's great.
I'm not that big on the woodworking, especially when it comes down to like taking the machine apart and putting in new like biscuit joints and stuff. I'm like, I don't know what's going on.
Okay. You're the electronics man.
Yeah.
That's cool.
I mean, I do Bondo and paint and,
Do you do
Basics
the
to kind of get it
electronics
back. You
too?
don't do the hardcore heavy restoration.
no, but and I have a really good place that does sandblasting and powder coating.
Oh, sweet.
Cool.
That's expensive, by the way.
These guys are pretty good.
I'm still trying to find a powder coater that's near me.
Yeah, there aren't too many up here. I mean, I don't know. There's a few I found, but
I got to drive a while to get one.
Mark, have you been to the Game Preserve yet?
The Game Preserve, yes, three to four times. They're let me see. They have a great selection of vintage games. I don't think they have any MAME games, which I love personally.
That's kind of cool.
Oh, okay.
Most of the time, every machine on the floor is running.
They don't
And-
look perfect, but they look like vintage, like they're working.
Yeah, they're not. There's a little patina,
Yeah, that's what I mean.
and oh, okay, good. I'm glad that's what you meant. Favorite machines there
Wait,
that I have.
wait.
There's a Cinestar, and then
That's what I meant.
they have a pole position cockpit that basically drove me to find the one that I got, although I didn't realize I was going to get one that I had when I'd been in when I was a kid.
Yeah, that's cool.
A lot of good guys that work there. They hire these like petite goth girls to run the front, and they don't talk to you, and so that's kind of like you're in junior high again.
Nice.
It's weird. It's BYOB. Can't buy alcohol, but there's nearby places, and you can. It's good. My wife, I just make her put it all in her purse, so we have purse beers.
Nice.
But you don't have to hide it. You just you could, I guess, bring a bag of beer in with you if you wanted to, but so uncouth.
Yeah,
there's some actual places like that in Minnesota as well.
Oh.
You bring in your beer.
Now, there's another place downtown, which is a guy runs, it's called Joysticks. And the first and last Friday of the month, he opens up, he has like a bar that looks like straight out of Cheers, with the wood walls and everything like that.
In Houston?
Wow.
It is in Houston, downtown Houston, right across from the Minute Maid Field where the Astros play. But that's a sort of a sales place where 2 days of the month you get to go and sort of have that arcade experience. There's a food truck and outside and everything, but the rest of the month it's sort of a by appointment place where you go and buy arcade games, and the prices are a little high, but the experience is pretty fun. And they have a pinball league there as well. And it's Joysticks with an X at the end.
Oh yeah. That makes it cool.
Everything has an X.
It's cool, man. Don't spell it right. Spell it wrong.
Spell it with an X.
What? We don't do that.
What? Oh.
Arcade Radio. Double R's, RcadeRadio radio.com or whatever. React at arcaderadio.com.
The R would have two directions and your logo would look cool.
Yeah, you know what? I thought the same thing. That's why I accidentally found that out and we just went with it. It was a discovery, really. The arcade radio thingy. We have a phone number too. Nobody calls it. 612-548-GAME.
I was going to leave a fake message for you, but I forgot.
4263. You should. You should just call up like periodically and pretend to be somebody, funny.
I have a question.
I'm surprised Dan has not called it already.
If you have to go to the bathroom. I don't know.
We have a Facebook page, also.
We do?
Yeah.
Tell me about it.
Facebook.
I'm very interested.
.com/ not / because that'd be dumb. /Arcade Radio. RCADE radio.com. No, there's no .com. It's just Facebook /Arcade Radio. That's what I meant.
Can anybody email you if they?
You can email us at react at arcaderadio.com.
Nice. Do we have a phone number?
We do. Didn't I just say that? 612-548-GAME. GAME. Or 4263.
Do we have a Twitter?
We have a Twitter.
Do we have a Snapchat?
ArcadeRadio.com. We don't have a Snapchat. I don't even know what Snapchat.
Someone will send me pictures at Snapchat.
He doesn't know what Snapchat is.
Right.
I'm too old for Snapchat.
Oh, please.
I put like 6 photos on there and they went away and I don't know what happened.
That's what it does. You did it right.
And we're on Google and we're on iTunes and SoundCloud. So, good stuff.
Subscribe or something.
Please.
Yeah, people should like our page on Facebook. Then they would know when we're going to be on. Because we're awesome.
Or not.
Or not.
It's up to you.
Yeah.
We're not pushy.
No.
All right, guys. We're gonna call it. We're at an hour. Mark, it has been a pleasure having you on the show.
So fun.
And we want to have you again. After you're at 104 games.
What? Oh, yeah.
Because you're at 52 right now. So 104, something like that.
Yeah, I'll let you know when that happens.
We'll have the next show will be like a barbecue review.
Oh, that's a great idea. I love barbecue.
Yeah. We did a little bit of
Not ketchup
beer
barbecue, though.
Oh, that was before the show. Mm-hmm. Yeah, and there's a whole bunch of swearing I have to remove. This is very complicated. Anyway, thanks for being on the show. Really had a great time. And we look forward to having you on the next show. Arcade Radio, signing off. Everybody, thanks for being on the show.
Hey, Doc, we
Thanks,
better
Mark.
back up. We don't have enough roads
Thanks,
to get
guys.
up to 88.
Roads? Where we're going, we don't need roads.
All right, guys. This is where I'm going to sign off. But I'm not really going to sign off. I'm just going to play a little outro music.
I'm going to dance.
You should do that.
Why do you love me? Why do you need me? Always and forever. We met in a chat room. Now our love can fully bloom. Sure, the World Wide Web is great, but you make me salivate. Yes, I love technology, but not as much as you see. But I still love technology, always and forever. Our love is like a flock of doves, flying up to heaven above. Always and forever, always and forever. Yeah, our love is truly great.
A little creepy.
Hey,
That sounds like
We're
the
not-
extended version.
we're not streaming anymore.
Oh.